Look at me getting all technical on this. They ready? Are they ready? Now I think it's ready. All right. In this junior doe drive, I'm not going to get into the pins and needles on it on each individual animal because you heard me talk about them in class. There's 4 really nice does out here that will do excellent things for all of these individuals. There might be 2 of them that just come to the top just a little bit easier than the others. Ones that are just a little bit better on their feet and legs, maybe have a little bit more structural integrity and have that overall broody appearance. The young lady from your first class will be your champion, and the young man from your second class will be your reserve. Nice job. Nice job. Thank you.
All right. Our champion in the junior breeding goat class is Ella Johnson, and the reserve goes to Jesse Johnson. Coming in now, we have our intermediate breeding goats. We have Bradley Means, Asher Taylor, and Colt Nelson. These are intermediate breeding goats, 1 to 2 years of age.
this class of senior does, there's a lot of give and take in all of these. They're all excellent does for these individuals. The doe that comes to the top is maybe just the most complete. She didn't really want to walk very well for us, so you can't really talk about how smooth she walks through the ring, that's for sure. But when you really get and study her from the side, she's really got a neat look to her. I really like this doe through her front run third, and that's probably what brought her to the top. She's shallow in that chest floor. She's got some neat depth of body to her. She's got so much spring in her rib, and she's just got that true broody appearance. Another thing that really brought her to the top is she's really just got a really nice square rack on her, and that's just something that she can continue on as she breeds for this young lady in the future. The doe in second, she's really neat. She is very graceful on her feet and legs. I really like this doe. She has definitely got a broody appearance to her. Her depth of body and depth of flank are just phenomenal. The only thing that maybe I'd like to critique this one on is I'd like to clean her up ever so slightly in that chest floor. I'd like to make her a little bit more feminine through that front one third. The young man's doe in third, she just really got outpowered. She just doesn't have that broodiness that you see in the does ahead of her. She does have a nice depth of body, and she is extremely graceful on her feet and legs, and she walks through the ring quite structurally correct. I'd like to clean her up a little bit more through that front one third, give her a little bit more boldness in that rib. A really, really nice set top to bottom. Give them all a round of applause.
All right, in that class, our champion goes to Briley Means, receiving a purple. Also receiving a purple, Colt Nelson, and then a blue, Ash Taylor. We will now pick an all-breeding goat, champion and reserve champion, so those first and second will come into the show arena. in case you're in need of a water or a donut, they'll take care of you out in the trailer at the north end of the show arena. I believe that's by the East River 4-H Club. Donuts and water, the trailer at the north end.
A really cool set of does in this drive. Give these kids a round of applause. You got two in here that are extremely broody, and then you got two in here that are extremely showy. And they just, my two first places, they're ones that they just kind of got that showy look. And then my two senior does, they are extremely broody, and those would be ones that you can go in and you can take them out to the pasture, and you know that they're going to breed, and then they're going to turn around and they're going to have babies galore and not have a single problem. When you get into maybe my junior does in that first class, obviously they need a little bit more time. It's going to be a while before they even imagine going out and getting bred. But in that sense, they're just a little bit greener in their overall composition. When it comes down to it, I'm going out there, I'm picking something that's got a cool look, he's got that broody appearance, and is overall just going to do good things as they continue on. My senior doe will be my champion, and my junior doe will be my reserve.
Okay, congratulations to our champion breeding goat. That's Briley Means, and our reserve goes to Ella Johnson.
My great-grandma's handwriting.
Really?
My great-grandma Dora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she going to be coming this year?
She'll probably, if it's cool enough, she'll probably come watch the TV show on Saturday. Yep, because we don't have lambs this year. So.
Okay, good. She's doing okay?
Yep, she's doing good. Yep.
All right, coming to our show arena now, our first group of meat goats. We have Colin Vardaman, Maddie Stalder, Ella Johnson, Angelique Victor, Stephen Johnson Wittig. And also another entry of Stephen Johnson Wittig. This is our first class of meat goats.
The weather that starts the class, he just kind of takes this one a little handily. When you get on top of him, he's got a lot of power over that rack shape. He brings the true muscle and expression that you really like to see in the goat industry. He stands very square and true on his feet and legs. And I'd like to maybe, if you're going to critique him a little bit, stouten him up on his overall bone work, maybe make him a little bit bigger footed. The young lady's weather in second. There's a lot of power over this. Over the top of this goat. When you get a hold of him, he's got a nice square rack on him. He may be just a little bit greener in his overall composition today, and if he would have just powered up just a little bit more in that muscle expression, he probably could have placed a little bit higher. The young man's weather in third. There's a lot of great qualities about this guy. He's nice and shallow in his chest floor. He's a big-footed goat. I'd maybe like to stouten him up just a little bit more in his bone work to truly go with what he's got on his feet and legs. I'd like to give him a little bit more expression in that lower leg. When we get into the fourth, fifth, and sixth, we're just giving up that overall structural integrity and overall muscle composition in comparison to my top three. But a really good set of goats for these individuals. Give them a round of applause.
All right, in that first group of meat goats, the first place goes to Ella Johnson, and second goes to Stephen Johnson Wittig, receiving purple. Others receiving blues. In third, we have Stephen Johnson Wittig. Fourth, Colin Vardaman. And in fifth, Maddie Stadler.
Seen them down in a lot of counties. I've seen them up in some counties. Probably, I would say a record. I've seen the quality drop in a lot of counties. I don't know. Just different everywhere. Our pigs went down the most in green. I think. There was like 6 calves, so we didn't have.
All right, in our second group of meat goats, we have Ella Johnson, Harley Longnecker, Jesse Johnson, Ella Johnson, Alicia Buttercase, and Cole Buttercase.
There's a lot of give and take in these two goats, so you could switch them either way, and I'd agree with you, to be honest with you. So the young ladies, whether that starts the class off today, he's just a little bit fresher in his handle. He's not the coolest one on the side. That's definitely my 1 and 2, especially when he's on the move. He walks through this ring and he's so level and up-headed, you really have to love that goat when he's on the move. He gets a little bit cleaner in his chest floor too. I just have so much more power and overall true freshness to the 1 and first, and that's why he comes to the top. My 1 and second, he's really cool. He's green today. You give him another 20 days on feed, you see him at State Fair, he's going to look like a completely different goat. He's just got so much to him. He just doesn't handle quite as fresh as my class winner. I'd like to give him just a little bit more expression, especially in that lower leg there. The young ladies, whether in third, he's a meat wagon. There's so much there. He's got a lot of power. I just need more explosion and expression in this one. I'd like to make him a little bit cleaner through that front 1/3 in order for him to place any higher. When we get into 4, 5, and 6, we're just giving up structural integrity, and we're honestly just giving up that true muscle explosion and composition. But a really good set for all of these kids. Give them a round of applause.
Fourth one down. Yep. Here, it's right here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6.
What's the ribbon count on it?
It's
One,
purple.
6 on. 2 purples?
Yep.
2 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 5.
2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 5. Yep.
All right, in that class of our second class of meat goats, our first place goes to Ella Johnson, receiving a purple. Also in second place was Ella Johnson, receiving a purple. In third, receiving a blue, Harley Longnegger. Fourth, Jesse Johnson. Fifth, Cole Buttercase. And in sixth, Alicia Buttercase.
this class right here, I mean, there's a lot of give and take in these top two, and you can flip flop them any way you want. Whether to start the class off with, he just kind of puts it together just a little bit better for me today. He's shallow in that chest floor. He's tall at the point of his shoulder. He keeps his lines together, and he walks through the ring really handily. You really have to appreciate his overall muscle composition. The young lady's weather in second. I think that he's just not cooperating with her today. I think that if she got him there and got him stuck, you'd see a lot more expression to this. You maybe might see him just a little bit taller at the point of his shoulder. Today, he's just giving up that overall freshness in comparison to my class winner. The cool one from the side is definitely my third place. When he gets on the move especially, he's got the most integrity when he walks through this ring. He's really graceful on his feet and legs, and you really, really have to like him for that. I'd like to give him some more expression. If you really saw that power with him, he'd easily make his way to the top. We're getting into third, fourth, fifth, sixth. We're just giving up that true expression, that overall muscle and power in comparison to those top two. But a really, really good set. Give them all a round of applause.
All right, our class number 3 of our meat goats. First place goes to Paige McCoy, receiving a purple. Second place also belonging to Paige McCoy. In third, receiving blues, the rest of these, Alicia Buttercase. In fourth, Alicia Buttercase. In fifth, Colt Nelson. And sixth, Noah Taylor.
There's 6 really nice goats out here for these kids, so go ahead and give them a round of applause. Uh, each and every one of these could win under any other judge that would be here today. I mean, they would easily talk these 6 to the top, not a problem. The kids have done a really good job. I know it's getting hot. The goats don't necessarily want to cooperate. When it comes down to it, you want something that looks the part, shows all that muscle expression, handles really nice and fresh, and there's quite a few of them that do that. There's probably 2 of them that come to the top just a little bit easier than the rest. One that kind of hit me when he came in and has continued to be in the back of my mind, and that's your lightweight goat. That's going to be your grand champion, and your medium weight will be your reserve. Give them a round of applause.
Okay, congratulations to our champion and reserve champion, and that would be Ella Johnson. Now we're working into our showmanship contest, starting with our seniors, and I understand we just have one exhibitor here. That would be Ella Johnson.
My one senior in the class, I just took it more of an opportunity to chat and kind of talk to her a little bit more. Asked her a few questions about her goat. She was knowledgeable. That's what county fair is for. Okay, you need to learn about your project, what you're feeding them, how much protein you're feeding them, how much feed you're feeding them per day. Those are very, very important because it's all about the growth of that animal and what you're doing. You're feeding it for the industry. You're feeding this for somebody to eat. So it was very good for her to know what she was doing. I talked with her, and I'm going to just kind of say it here and now. Showmanship is near and dear to my heart. It's the most important thing because you can have the best animal in the show and you can lose because you don't know how to show it. And you can have an animal that's not great and you can show your way to the top because of you know that animal. It all starts at home. It's not right here at fair. It's everything that you do all day, every day, working those animals for months and months before it starts. And I really want to instill that in all of the kids' heads. So go ahead and give her a round of applause.
All right, congratulations to Ella Johnson, our champion senior showman. We'll bring in our intermediate showman now.
I hope that the juniors have watched. Obviously, the senior, I didn't get to work the ring very much, and the intermediates, we got to work the ring just a little bit. It gets difficult when there's only two in here. Just remember, come in the ring with confidence. Know that you're going to work the ring the same way all day long. You're going to work it the same way pretty much every show you ever go to. You're going to come in, you're going to do a rear profile, you're going to whip it around, do a side profile. That's just kind of the science of showing. So always come in with confidence. That was my thing. That's what I love to do. I like to be the first in the ring. It gives me the most time. The judge is watching everybody walk in. I get to work the ring how I want it to be worked. I get to utilize as much of it as I want. I show the confidence. I'm setting the point for the day. Okay, that's what I like. You don't have to be like me. It's just the thing that I've always done. I instilled it in my little brother, and I instill it in all of my children. Go in the ring first, make it count. Make them see you, okay? So always bring in that confidence. That's my tip for my intermediates and my juniors coming in. When it comes down to it, I've watched you all day. There's one that's maybe just been on point just a little bit better, paid attention throughout the day. The young lady will be your champion showman.
Okay, our champion showman in the intermediate division goes to Alicia Buttercase. We're ready for our junior showman now. This will be our last class of the day for the goats.
right, the juniors, they're a lot of fun. So you're either going to get the ones that are super shy and don't want to look at you, or you're going to get the ones that come in, they know what they're doing, and they're trying to have fun, but not trying to be like all big and smiles. They're trying to be cool out here because they know that this means business. This is game time. This is game faces on. All three of them got their game faces on. I love it. They've all done very well today. They're very knowledgeable about their project. For a junior, all three of you, be proud of yourselves. That's very, very impressive. When you can rattle off a birth date or a weight for your animal, that's good. That means that you're learning, and that's where I want you to be. Throughout the day, I've seen one just maybe a little bit more on point, keeping that head up, getting those legs set where they need to be, and then knowing where I'm at in the ring, and that's the young man down here on the end. He'll be our champion.
Okay, our champion in the junior division showmanship goes to Colin Vardaman. Congratulations to him. We'd like to acknowledge our top rate again. Goats here in just a second. We need Colt Nelson and Jesse Johnson near. Both of these two guys will receive a banner then. Congratulations to Colt Nelson and Jesse Johnson.
I do. That's my specialty. I'm good. Carrie's the one that's been working hard. Or no sleep. Oh yeah, no problem.
I was told to announce that I guess we're going to take about a 15-minute break before we start our sheep show. So if you need to run to get something, water and donuts out here, and I'm sure there's food somewhere too. So we'll see you back here in 15 minutes.
Yeah, where is Abigail? I think we might have went looked at Yeah, Abby said that the kids wanted to come with me. So, suppose getting a full movie theater instead of playing the game. That works.
got plenty. I had a PCSB. No, I had a PCSB pin. I wanted to make sure I didn't give you.
You wanted to make sure you did it?
No, I did. I was making sure that wasn't the one I grabbed. Two small commercial land tractors, and then an AU commercial, and then we'll do the overall commercial.
I'm ready when you are, sir.
Do I need to say they're exhibiting? No. I would just say right now we have in the ring Owen Wright and Aubrey. Okay. Right now, wait. Right now we have in the right now we have in the ring Owen Wright and Aubrey Erickson.
Where we at right here?
Obviously, in this class, we got some large differences in age. The young man's ewe lamb to start off the class, she's just the most complete for me. When you get to looking at her from the side and you study her from the ground up, she's just square and true on her feet and legs. The young lady's ewe lamb in second is by far the broodiest one in the class, and she's got the most spring to her rib. She just gives up that structural integrity in comparison to my class winner, but a very good set for both of them. Give them a round of applause.
Purples. All right, in that first class, our commercial ewe lambs, both receiving purples. We had first place, Owen Wright, and in second, Aubrey Erickson. Class number 2 now coming in, commercial ewe lambs. 3 entries here, Shandy Noteware, Caden Whip, and Riley Noteware. This is class number 2 of our commercial ewe lambs.
Okay, I fought myself in my head probably too much on this one. There is so many great things about all three of these ewes. When it comes to the top pair, you can talk it either way. When the one that came in second, when she walked in, I thought, whoop, this one's my one. I've got her picked. She just is really graceful. But let's just really, really study this one in first, all right? She's really cool. She's true on her feet and legs. She's extremely square from the ground up. She's got so much great aspects to her. You study her, she's big, she's broody, she's bold. I love her depth of body. I love how big she is and square she is in her hip. Is she the best when she's in the ring and moving? No, she's not. She may be getting a little bit tight in her spine if you're really, really going to critique on her. But it's not enough to fault her today. The young lady's you in second. She's really, really cool from the side. You really have to appreciate her length of body and how cool she is in that front 1/3. Where she gives it up for me, maybe in comparison to my class winner, is when we tie her in that hip-loin conjunction, she's not as smooth. She maybe gets a little bit narrower at her dock when it comes to that true squareness in her hip shape, but a really, really awesome ewe for this young lady. The young man's ewe in third. She gives up that bootiness in comparison to my top two. She doesn't have that cool boldness and that true built and that bootiness that you'd like to see. I'd like to give her just a little bit more depth in her flank, but I really have to appreciate this ewe, how she moves through the ring. She's very true on her feet and legs, and a really nice ewe for the young man. Excellent set top to bottom.
All right, in our second group of commercial ewe lambs, the first place goes to Shandy Noteware, second, Riley Noteware, receiving purples, and in third, receiving a blue, Caden Whip. We're ready for class number 3 of our commercial ewes. We have Harley Longenecker. This is class number 3, commercial ewes.
I'm ready.
A single entry in this class, but it doesn't take away from the true aspect of this ewe. The young lady's really got a nice ewe here. She's going to be one that's going to continue on and produce for her. She's got that nice depth of body. She's really bold in her rib. Maybe if you're going to critique her, you're like her a little bit stouter in her overall makeup. Give her just a little bit more depth in that flank and clean her up just a little bit more in that chest floor. But this will be a good one for the young lady to have lambs with. So give her a round of applause.
All right, Harley receives a purple in that class of commercial ewes.
These kids are doing a great job, and there's 5 ewes out here that are very, very nice for each of these kids. Give them a round of applause. Obviously, that second class was extremely difficult to decipher on which one was the one to bring to the top. They have obviously brought themselves to the top out here in the drive, and those two will be our grain and our reserve.
Okay, our champion and reserve champion go to the Noteware sisters, Shandy and Riley. Congratulations to them. Okay, in this class of our market lambs, all of the breeds, we have Audrey Case, Brooke Burns, Ella Johnson, and Natalie Johnson. This is class number 1 of our market lambs.
Katahdins are a lot of fun. It's just one of those breeds that you don't get to see a whole lot unless you're truly going to that type of breed show. So you don't get to see them a whole lot at the county fair. So I commend you 4 young ladies for finding just a different project to bring. The young ladies, whether to start off the class, he's just the most complete. He's very sound in his overall makeup. When you get a hold of this one, he's definitely the freshest in the class and has the most expression, especially over his rack shape. When you get into our second place weather, he's really cool from the side profile. He's really tall at the point of his shoulder. You really have to appreciate this guy for his length of loin and his overall composition in his hind saddle. When you're getting into third and fourth, we're just giving up just a little bit more of that overall muscularity. We're maybe getting a little bit of the structural integrity that's just not quite there, and maybe just getting a little bit too fat for us today, but a really good set of Katahdins top to bottom. Give them a round of applause.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay. 1, 1243. One, two, four, three. All right. In that class, number one of our market lambs, first place goes to Audrey Case. Second place, Brooke Burns. Third, Natalie Johnson. And fourth, Ella Johnson. I might point out that our sheep sponsors today are Wright 5 Farms and Morris and Shirley Sump family. Class number 2 of our market lambs, we have Jesse Johnson, Harley Longnecker, Audrey Case has 2 entries, Jacob Mark, and Owen Wright. This is class number 2, market lambs, 100 to 106 pounds.
A really good class of lightweights right here. Obviously, we're looking in that 106-pound range, and so they just need some more time on feed. The ewe lamb that wins the class just kind of puts it together. She's powerful. She's got a lot of muscle to her. She's extremely square and fresh over that rack. The young lady's Weather in second. You give him a lot more time. He's going to square up a little bit more over that hip and just give a little bit more power. When we come into the rest of the lambs that are in the class, they're just giving up a little bit more of that structural integrity, just need a little bit more time on feed, but a really good set of lambs top to bottom. Give them a round of applause.
You say you want them to? Yeah, yeah. You looking for
the order yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Tony's gonna let him know.
What do we got here? 6, 5, 2, 4, 3, 1, 4, 3, 1.
All right, in that last class, class number 2, first place goes to Owen Wright, receiving a purple, and then Audrey Case, also receiving a purple in second place. Third, receiving a blue, Jacob Mark. In fourth, Audrey Case. In fifth, Harley Longnecker. And in sixth, Jesse Johnson. These all receiving blues. Class number 3 of our market lambs, weighing between 117 and 121 pounds. We have Jacob Mark, James Wallach, Audrey Case, and also another entry of Jade Mark.
The young man's weather to start the class, he's just probably the most complete, to be honest with you. You get up over this guy, and he's extremely fresh to the touch. He's got a big, powerful rack on him, and when you get a hold of him, he measures so long in that hind saddle. When you get a hold of his loin, it's big and square. He does need some more time on feed. I'd like to see him cleaned up just maybe a little bit more in that front 1/3 and clean him up just a little bit more in his chest floor. We got a powerful ewe lamb in second. You get up over this ewe, and she's just got so much rack shape to her. She's very impressive. I'd like to really give her just a little bit more expression, especially through that lower leg, and I'd like to make her a bigger, squarer hip. She comes off and just gets a little bit too shallow in that dock area. The young lady's whether in third, he's got a really cool profile, and he's really tall at the point of the shoulder. He needs some more time on feet, and he needs to just walk through the ring with just a little bit more flex. He gets a little bit tighter in his spine than I prefer to see today. The young lady's whether to finish off the class, he just needs a lot more power and expression, especially through that lower leg, in order to place any higher today. Good job to these individuals. Give them a round of applause.
All right, first place in that third group of market lambs goes to James Wallach, receiving a purple. Second place, a purple also, Jade Mark. In third, a blue, Audrey Case. And in fourth, a blue, Jacob Mark. Coming in now, class number 4. These lambs weigh between 130 and 141. We have Owen Wright, Aubrey Erickson, Riley Nowhere, and Jacob Mark.
The young lady's whether to start off the class. He just kind of wins it quite handily. He's very square and true on his feet and legs. I'd like to see him maybe move just a little bit smoother for obviously he's not cooperating. You study him from the side and you can just see the explosion in his rack shape. I'd like to maybe just critique him a little bit. I'd like to give him just a little bit more power in that lower leg, drop him just a little bit more in his flank just to make him just a little bit more uniform in his overall look. The young man's weather in second. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit more on 2 and 3 because it's a give and take on both of these. The young man's weather in second, he's just taller at the point of his shoulder, maybe a little bit shallower in his chest floor. I'd like to deepen him up just a little bit in his twist and give him just more expression up over that hip shape. The young lady's you in third. She's got a lot of power and expression, and she's one of the fresher handling ones today. I'd like to give her just a little bit more flex as she moves through the ring and give her just a little bit more squareness over that hip. To round out the class, the young lady in fourth, she's giving up that true muscle expression, especially up over that hip shape. I'd like to make her a little bit more powerful in that rack shape as well. Good class for these individuals. Give them a round of applause.
All right, winning that class was Riley Noteware, receiving a purple. Second place, Owen Wright, of also a purple. Third place, a blue, Aubrey Erickson. And in fourth, Jacob Mark, receiving a blue. right, in Class 5, we have Jade Mark, Caden Whip, Tori Burns, and James Wallach. This is class number 5 of our market lambs. These weigh between 142 and 147 pounds.
The young lady's whether that wins this class, he comes to the class to the top quite easily. You get off the side and you look at him and he's just got a really nice profile. You really have to appreciate this guy for his freshness up over his top. His length of loin is amazing. I'd like to clean him up just a little bit more in that chest floor, maybe give him a little bit more explosion to that lower leg, but a really nice lamb for this young lady. The young man's whether in second is obviously not cooperating. Very fresh handling sheep. Got a lot of power up over that rack. I'd like to make him a little bit squarer over his hip, and maybe deepen him a little bit in that twist and in that flank, but very nice for that young man. When we're getting into 3 and 4, we're just giving up expression. We're giving up power. We're maybe getting into those that are getting a little bit too fleshy, maybe a little bit too much fat cover on them in comparison to those ahead of them, but good set top to bottom.
All right, here's the results of class number 5. First place goes to Tori Burns, receiving a purple. Also receiving a purple in second place, Caden Whip. Third, receiving a blue, James Wallach. And in fourth, Jade Mark, receiving a blue. In this class, number 6 of market lambs, we have Shandy Noteware, Tori Burns, Brooke Burns, and Caden Whip. Class number 6 of market lambs.
This guy just sorts his way to the top. And I hope you don't mind me doing this, but watch this girl. Watch this girl in this ring. This is what you want to mimic. This is how you want to show an animal. She's a natural, okay? I just need to throw that out there. She does an excellent job presenting her sheep, and in fact, she makes it easy to pick hers, because you can just see this sheep walk in the ring. Amazing. He walks in and he struts his stuff, and she does an excellent job presenting him. Look at this guy. His rack shape is insane. It's impressive. I'm a sucker for a blue sheep, and especially a blue sheep with a butt like that, because he's impressive. If you're going to get it nitpicking, like you're looking at it at a bigger show, I'm wanting a little bit deeper in his twist, but that is an extreme nitpick today. That's a good sheep. Give her a round of applause. Then a young lady in second right here, she got outpowered, unfortunately. This is a really good sheep. Any other time, if that lamb's not in the ring. He's got so much power over that rack. He's extremely fresh. I want to make him just a little bit shallower in that chest, maybe a little bit deeper in the flank, but I want to give her a nice handshake because she did an excellent job presenting that sheep as well. We get into third and fourth. These guys are just giving up that overall muscle composition, maybe that true rack shape and that true freshness in comparison to my top two, but these two kids did a good job. Give them a round of applause.
Class number 6 for our market lambs. First place goes to Shandy Nowhere, receiving a purple. Also receiving a purple, Tori Burns. In third place, a blue, Brooke Burns. And in fourth, Caden Whip, receiving a blue. So our last class of market lambs, class number 7. Leading off, we have Jade Mark, followed by Caden Whip and Brooke Burns.
Yes, it should be on the last page. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you're told. Yeah.
You're getting into these big heavyweights, and right now it's just when they're this big, you just got to be able to keep it together and try to get them as fresh as you possibly can. And the young man's weather that wins the class, he's just the freshest in his handle today. I really have to commend this sheep for keeping it together, especially through that front 1/3. He continues to stay pretty shallow in his chest and continues with a lot of squareness up over his top and through his hip. The young lady's weather in second. He's got a lot of cool eye appeal to him, especially in that hind saddle. You really have to like this one for his big square hip. He's just getting way too deep in that front 1/3 for me. He needs to keep that a little bit shallower to balance him out a little bit more. And then we got the weather in third. He just kind of lacks that overall expression and true muscle in comparison to my top two. So give these kids a round of applause.
In our last class at Market Lambs, Class 7, first place goes to Caden Whip, receiving a purple. Second place, a purple also, is Brooke Burns. And in third, Jade Mark, receiving a blue. Well, we've got him in here. We want to point out, acknowledge, congratulations to Caden Whip. He's got 2 of his lambs in the top 10 rate of gain, as you see on your sheet, .94 and .91. So congratulations to Caden Whip, top 2 rate of gain.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that's who that was. I didn't put myself through it. No, I didn't put myself through it. One of my food customers. Yeah. They weren't very happy. I agree with that one. Those already count. Peacock came up after us at the zoo last week, and that one was like, Mom? Becca's like, let's get out of here. Like, Gus is like, look at that. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna come after you. He was not amused by the birds. The only thing that he liked was the otters and the sea lions. Yep. He was really, really mad because the rhinos were all laying down. And he's like, they're being lazy, Mom. I said, yeah, it's hot, bud. Just a quick trip last Saturday. Aha. Ready. No, this isn't a champion drive.
Coming in the show arena now, we have our first place winners in each of the 7 classes of Market Lambs, and we will pick an overall champion Market Lamb out of this group.
These kids deserve the biggest round of applause possible. They're doing an excellent job today. There's a lot of really good quality lambs out here. There's a lot of fresh handling lambs out here. I'm not going to be one to sit out here and give some miraculous speech that's going to be heartfelt and that you like it and go on and go, wow, that was awesome. I'm just going to tell you these are wonderful days for you guys. You guys are learning so much out here. Showing livestock is the greatest gift that your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, whoever put you in this ring, that's the greatest gift they could ever give to you. So definitely go out, give them a high five, a hug, whatever you like to do, and thank them for it. There's obviously at least 2 to 3 of these guys that just really come to the top. I have zero poker face. I talked very highly of at least 3 of these, but I talked the highest of the one right there, that's Blue. He is a cool sheep. He is an excellent sheep. There's not a lot out here that can beat him today, so he's going to be our champion. Give her a round of applause. Obviously, when it comes down to it, I like something that's fresh. I like something that has a lot of muscle to it, and the young lady right here will be our reserve.
Who was the reserve? I was right. Who was the reserve?
I think they're both. Are those both Kansas though?
Who was the second? Who was the reserve? Riley. Oh, Riley's. Okay.
Okay, our overall champion and reserve champion, Market Lamb, stays right in the family. Shandy showing the overall champion, and reserve goes to Riley Nowhere. So congratulations to those 2 young ladies.
You told me that last year too.
Go to their classes, you'll probably see them. Was that class, what, 4 and 6?
Yeah, so first place was out of the 6th class. Yes, 4th class.
Now we're doing 10 of 3.
10 of 3.
She said you do cattle also.
I do it all. I don't do birds or rabbits, but we're horses.
Chickens? Okay. Pass that along to the cattle people. Do that.
Hogs, cattle, sheep, and goats.
Thank you for coming again.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Yeah.
me. Cherokee County cattle show about killed me that day. It was like a heat index of 107, and I was as pregnant with Josh as a kid, and they had like 100 head of freaking cattle. Oh yeah, and then I saw the same cattle in 4 different classes, and then I was like, don't ever do that to somebody again, especially an angry pregnant. They're like, okay. I did Pocahontas pig show right before that. I'll never forget. I got down like this to look at the pig walk, and a lady in the crowd goes, oh, I'm like, I promise, I'm not going to go later. I can get back up. It's good.
Okay, I have two pens of 3. First group coming in, Audrey Case, and then Caden Whip's pen of 3.
when it comes down to pen of threes, there's no real true trick to it. It's nothing to do with the actual like show ring quality of the animal. We're sitting there, we're thinking about bringing these animals to the rail. How are we going to bring this group without getting the most discount? That means you want them to be similar in cuttability, similar in their weight and size, and its overall composition. Obviously, we have one that is very, very market ready, and we have one of them that still needs time on feed. I'm not really going to necessarily discount that right now either, because if these lambs continue to grow at the rate that they are, and you continue with their true cuttability and true composition, they're probably going to rail a lot better than our heavier weights. So your champion will be your lightweight, and your reserve will be your heavyweights.
Lightweights first. So Cadence. No. Audrey's Cadence, the lightweight, 108. Champion is Audrey.
Caden, you want to bring him over again real quick?
We're picking 3 then, right? Picking 3 in each of the groups, if there's that many. Once again, I want to thank a couple young ladies over here today. Allie Johnson, our queen. Stand up, Allie, would you please? We wish her luck at the Iowa State Fair coming up in a few weeks, or a few days. And also our Miss Congeniality, Julian Dahlman. Congratulations to her. Thanks for helping out, young ladies. Senior showman, we need you in the show arena, please. Senior showman, come to the show arena. In the show arena now, we have our senior showman for this contest, and we will pick the top 3 out of this group.
All right, kind of like I had said in the goats, showmanship is key. I love it. It's my favorite thing to judge all day. Yeah, it's really great to listen to me tell you my opinion on the sheep and what I like the best about every sheep and finding one. But I like to find those kids and I like to watch them all day long. I like to watch attitudes. I like to watch how you are in the ring. And obviously, there's one out here that has just been completely flawless all day. She knows how to put that sheep in motion. She knows how to get that sheep set. She's quick. She presents the front of that sheep absolutely beautifully and does excellent. That is one that you need to watch as well, and it's the young lady right there in the middle. She just does an excellent job presenting her sheep. When it comes down to like second and third, there's been a couple of you that have done really well in trying to present your sheep to the best of your abilities. My reserve will be the young lady right here, and my third will be the young lady right here. Give them all a round of applause.
Burns and Burns? Who was third? Torrey and Brooke. Right? Riley, Torrey, and Brooke. All right, congratulations to our senior top showman. First place goes to Riley Noteware. Our reserve is Torrey Burns. And in third, Brooke Burns. Congratulations to those showmen. Intermediates, we'd like you to come to the show ring, please. Intermediate showmen, come to the show arena.
All right, obviously these intermediates have worked really hard today. You've seen both of these in the ring often. I was obvious earlier. This kid can show. I mean, she's. You can take any of my sheep anytime and show them for me. In fact, where are you at? State Fair, Weather Sire Show, because I don't want to do it. No, I'm kidding. But no, she's natural. She's flawless in her movements. She's confident in the ring. She knows how to put her hands on that head to not make that sheep fight. So that's my suggestion to you. Look at her hands. Don't wrap your hands, okay? That is going to make your sheep fight more than anything. You just know that the girl in the last class that won senior showmanship, they're working hard at home, not just here. They're obviously experienced, and they do an excellent job. She'll be our champion. He'll be our reserve. Give him a round of applause.
All right, our top intermediate showman is Shandy Nowhere, and our reserve is Owen Wright. Congratulations to those two. Coming in now, last thing of the day here, our junior division in showmanship. So please bring your animals into the show arena, please. Junior showman, come to the show arena. As I announced earlier, our sheep sponsors for the day, and we certainly thank them, Wright 5 Farms and Morris and Shirley Sump family. So thank you to them. And also our day sponsor, as you see at the north end of the show arena, the banner, we thank Page County Farm Bureau for sponsoring all the day's activities. Okay, one other sponsor I neglected to say, Galen's Repair here in Clarinda. So thank you to Galen.
With the juniors, the key is knowing a little bit about your animal. I asked them all their weight. That's very important. A lot of judges will ask that throughout the classes as well. But the biggest thing when you're a junior is getting the head up where it needs to be, setting the sheep the best to your ability. I know a lot of these sheep are bigger than you are, and better yet, just getting in front of that sheep properly. There's one that's maybe excelled just a little bit more than the rest, and that's that young lady right here on the end. She's going to be your champion. The young lady in the middle there is going to be your reserve, and your third overall will be the young man right there. Give them all a round of applause.
show? Sheep? All right. Aubrey. And okay, our top showman in the junior division. First place goes to Aubrey Erickson. Second, Audrey Case, and James Wallach in third place. And I'm thanking people. We want to thank Tabitha for coming down here and judging our show today. So a big thanks to her for coming down.